Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Radiomaster Boxer Crush. This is a version of the Boxer that comes with the AG01 CNC gimbals fitted out of the box, and it costs $189, which is a really good deal considering the price of the gimbals on their own. It's available in 7 different colours, this one being grey, and it comes with a built-in 1-watt ELRS internal module, so there's no 4-in-1 version with this one. You can of course add any external module you like with the JR bay on the back, and my Crossfire module slots in more securely than it did on the TX16S Mark II. The original Boxer has been out for a while now, and it's very popular with drone pilots who, like myself, struggle to get on with the smaller gimbals found in the Zorro and the TX12, but like the smaller form factor and lighter weight compared to the TX16S. You, of course, don't get a colour touch screen with this radio, but then when you're flying FPV, you don't really need that. And the contrast that you get with this style of screen is arguably better in bright sunlight, and it's better on your battery life as well. Speaking of the battery, there's a huge bay in the back for a large 2S LiPo or a Lion that should last you multiple days of flying. And these days, with the use of higher power outputs with ELRS or Crossfire, that's something very much needed. They do include an 18650 charge case if you want to use those. The radio does have a quick charge circuit built in, but personally I prefer to use an independent charger for that. All of your usual 2 and 3 position switches are across the top, which are nicely protected in the included case, which is a nice touch because you used to have to buy those separately in the past. Then on the shoulder we have a momentary switch and a 2-position push button switch, which I personally am not a fan of. I'm used to the longer switches for arming, but I see why they've done it, because if you are throwing your radio around in your case or bag, then there's nothing to get broken. The momentary switch, usually used for a trainer function with a fixed wing model, are absolutely no use in the UK, because if it's cold and you have to hold down the button to engage trainer mode, then your finger can go numb and all of a sudden you let go and you don't realize it, and then nobody has control of the aircraft. You can of course use the momentary button for a lot of other things. Now, unfortunately, there is still no wireless Bluetooth trainer function for all of the current Radiomaster products. Now, most people won't care about that, but I'm using it on my FrSky radio as a wireless head tracker input. It does have a serial port inside designed for a Bluetooth module that unfortunately never came to fruition. And if you want, there is a way to use an FrSky Bluetooth module, but it does involve taking the back off and breaking the warranty sticker and doing some soldering at the same time. The serial port now has a 5-volt out, and the FrSky Bluetooth modules that you can buy require 3.3 volts. You would also have to flash Edge TX with Bluetooth enabled, and it's a shame all of that isn't included for fixed wing pilots who use a head tracker, or if you want to use it for telemetry. You can use ELRS backpack functionality as a wireless head tracker now, but that bypasses the transmitter, so you have to have a flight controller to change all of the settings in that. And of course, fixed wing pilots don't always fly with a flight controller. This radio can of course be used for the casual fixed wing pilot, but it doesn't have sliders on the side like the TX16 has, often used for things like flaps. And there isn't an external serial port either, but we do have a trainer jack on the top and a headphone jack, and there are full trims and various switches, buttons and potentiometers for fixed wing flying. Lastly, we have a cloth handle on the back, which does make it easier and lighter to carry around. However, anything cloth will wear out after some use compared to a traditional metal handle, which the Boxer Max does have, so keep that in mind. Now, as I'm a Mode 1 pilot with my throttle on the right, I will, unfortunately, still have to take the radio apart anyway, because despite the AG01 gimbals having adjustments on the front, the throttle tension clasp has to be adjusted from the back. So I'll need to use a 1.5mm hex driver and change that. I don't believe there will be a Mode 1 specific version of the radio, which isn't going to affect many people, but it will mean I'll need to break the seal on the side of the radio to get the back off. So I'd expect Radiomaster to still honour the warranty because there's no other way of me doing that. As for what I do think about the CNC gimbals and whether you need them over the standard gimbals, well, they are not going to make you a better pilot. The movement of the sticks is slightly smoother than the stock gimbals, and of course they are more robust, but personally I find the stick ends are very sharp, leaving an imprint on my thumb, so I would switch the stick ends out as a thumber. So there you go, that is my review of the Boxer Crush. Thanks so much for watching, please continue to subscribe, cheers!